Today I will discuss with you the reproduction of Osmunda. As you know very well that within the mature sporangium a large number of same shape and size of spores are produced within the mature sporangium. As you know very well, when the sporangium become mature, they become dehiscence at mature stage, and at the dehiscence stage, sporangium of Osmunda just look like as open mouth of snake. At the point of dehiscence, when the sporangium wall become ruptured, all the spores become released and fall on suitable substratum. After some resting period, the spores which develop within the sporangium become germinate in presence of moisture. As you know very well, the spores of Osmunda is haploid, and according to tradologists, it has been observed that the spores of Osmunda having 22 pair of chromosome. It is haploid structure and covered by two layers. Outer is exine and inner is intine. Outer is exine and inner is intine. And it has been reported in Osmunda that the spores of Osmunda having triradiate ridge, which is the character features of Osmunda, the presence of triradiate ridge. What happened during the germination of spore? During the germination of spores, the spore become ruptured at the point of triradiate ridge. What happened during the germination of spores? First of all, the spores absorb the moisture from the atmosphere and they become swell and become turgid. As a result, the exine become burst and intine come out. At the same time, when exine is ruptured and intine is come out, what happened? There is a transfer wall take place in the spores. As a result, the spores become two-celled. The smaller one known as first rhizodal cells, and larger one cells of the spores known as first prothelial cell. As name indicate that the first rhizodal cells after development produce a large number of rhizoids, which directly penetrate into the substratum and absorb the water and minerals from the substratum for proper development of prothallus. As you know very well, what is the function of rhizoids? The presence of rhizoids is the primitive characters of the Osmunda, because as you know very well, in case of bryophyte, what happened? In place of root, rhizoids are present, and the function of root performed by the rhizoids in lower plants. So the presence of rhizoids in the prothallus indicating the lower character of the fern. What happened? Now the first prothelial cell undergoes various division and produce whole prothallus of the Osmunda, and the well studied of germination of spores studied by Campbell in 1892. The first prothelial cell produce the mature prothallus of Osmunda. As you know very well, what is prothallus? I have discussed in last lecture many times. The prothallus is a very important organ during the life cycle of the elephant. Prothallus, remembered it, prothallus is a green. Due to presence of chloroplast, they are green in color, they are photosynthetic, they are multicellular, mostly heart shape. In case of Osmunda, the prothallus is also heart shape. So the presence of heart shape prothallus is indicate the leptosporangiate character of the fur. If you see the prothallus of Osmunda, it is heart shape, multicellular, gametophytic, because it produces the gamete, it produces the male and female sex organ on a same prothallus, because the Osmunda is a homosporous plant in which the same shape and size of the spores are produced. So on germination of spores, there is a developed mature prothallus which produce either male and female sex organ, that is the Antheridium and Archegonium on a same prothallus. So the prothallus of Osmunda is monoecious in nature. I have discussed many times with you in last lectures. And the prothallus of the Osmunda is heart shape, having male and female sex organ on the same. It means it having Antheridium and Archegonium on the same prothallus. And a very interesting one features of Osmunda have been reported by Campbell, that the studied the prothallus structure also studied by Campbell. It has been reported that presence of midrib in prothallus is diagnostic features of Osmunda. Remember it, bachcho. My dear student, remember it. In prothallus of Osmunda, there is a presence of midrib. At a margin, on a both side of the margin of the midrib, there is a developed Antheridium and Archegonium. Remember it. The presence of midrib is the diagnostic features of the Osmunda prothallus. The mature prothallus or gametophyte is large, up to 5 cm long, fleshy, thalloid, green. So it is a very interesting one structure during the life cycle of the Osmunda. Now I will discuss how the Antheridium, how the Archegonium develop on prothallus, on gametophyte. As you know very well that the spores develop within the sporangium. After dehiscence, they fall on suitable substrate, they become germinate, and during the germination of Osmunda, the transfer wall division take place. As a result, there is a production of the first rhizodal cell, first prothelial cell. As name indicate, the first rhizodal cell after various division produce rhizoids, and first prothelial cell produce the whole prothallus. The development of whole prothallus take place from first prothelial cells of spores. Thus, the prothallus is developed. As we know very well that in case of fern, on a same prothallus there is a developed Antheridium and Archegonium on the same in case of homosporous. The prothallus of Osmunda is monoecious because the Osmunda is homosporous. On a same prothallus there is a developed male and female sex organ. So the prothallus of Osmunda is monoecious, and it is proandrous type. What is the meaning of proandrous type prothallus? In the case of Osmunda, what happened? The development of Antheridium take place before as Archegonium. The development of Antheridium take place first, and after development of Antheridium, Archegonium is developed. It is known as proandrous. And Antheridium after about 2 weeks, मतलब देखिए प्रोथैलस जैसे ही डेवलप होता है तो उस पर विद इन 2 वीक एंथ्रीडियम डेवलप होगा और 1 महीना बाद आर्चिगोनियम डेवलप होगा. दैट इज क्लियर. तो व्हाट इज द प्रोएंड्रस व्हेन द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द एंथ्रीडियम टेक फर्स्ट एंड डेवलपमेंट ऑफ आर्चिगोनियम later, and both Anthridium and Archegonium develop on a same prothallus. What happened during the development of Anthridium? As we know very well, the Anthridium of Osmunda is so small, sessile, they don't have a stalk-like structure, it is globular in shape. Each Anthridium having a Anthridium wall which is very complex. The Anthridium wall of Osmunda is so complex as compared than that of the Anthridium wall of another fern. So it is a very interesting one features of Osmunda also, that the Anthridium wall of Osmunda is so complex because of they made of 3 different type of cells. First is the first ring cells which cover the base of the Anthridium. Second is second ring cells which cover the whole Anthridium, and third one is an opercular or cap cell which is also known as lid cells. The cap cells form a lid which get lifted during the dehiscence and allow the male gamete anthrozoids to escape. What happened? The dehiscence of the Anthridium take place through the cap cells. The second ring cells or the circular cell cover the middle portion of the Anthridium, as you know very well, and the first ring cells cover the base of Anthridium. So if you see the picture of Anthridium, you have to see the picture of Anthridium. What happened? This is the picture of Anthridium of Osmunda. You can see it is a mature Anthridium which developed on the prothallus of the Osmunda. It is developed first before the Archegonium. The mature Anthridium is so very different and very interesting one in Osmunda because of the Anthridium wall is so complex as the Anthridium wall of other fern, because it made of 3 type of cells. One is the first ring cells which cover the base of the Anthridium. Second is second ring cells which cover the middle portion of Anthridium, and third one is the cap cells or opercular cells. From these opercular cells, the Anthridium become ruptured. As a result, all the anthrozoids become free from the Anthridium. And if you see the anthrozoids or male gamete or male sperms, it is coiled, and having the many flagella. So the male sperm of the male gamete of Osmunda is multiflagellated. If you see the Archegonium which developed after the development of Anthridium, it is also developed from the same prothallus. As you know very well how the Archegonium developed on a prothallus, I discussed many times. What happened during the development of Anthridium? Many cells of the prothallus first become superficial and function as Anthridial initial cell, and after development they produce the Anthridium. And what happened during the development of Archegonium? Any cells of the prothallus function as primary Archegonial cell, and after development they produce mature Archegonium. If you see the mature Archegonium of Osmunda, it has been observed by tendrologists that the venter region and the egg cells, venter canal cell and egg cells are embedded in the cells of the prothallus, and the neck of Archegonium is projected. The neck of the Archegonium having binucleate neck canal cell, and the neck of the Archegonium covered by neck cells, and the venter region of the Archegonium having the venter canal, one venter canal cell, large egg cell. What happened during the fertilization? The neck canal cell and the venter canal cell become degenerate, as in other fern. The fertilization is so same, and a cluster of anthrozoids come close to Archegonium because of during the degeneration of the neck canal cell and ventral canal cell, they produce the malic acid and fumaric acid. So the fertilization is chemotactic. Due to aromatic smell of the malic acid and fumaric acid, many entherozoites attract towards the archegonium, and only one enter into the archegonium and fuse with the egg cells and produce diploid zygote. Diploid zygote. This is the fertilization events. So I am talking about the structure of antheridium. It is very complex, है ना? And the mature antheridium having little cytoplasm, nucleus, mitochondria as another fund, few chloroplast. It is a very interesting one features of the Osmunda antheridium, because the antheridium wall of Osmunda having chloroplast and vacuole full of phenol compound content. The antheridium wall enclosing about 32 spermatozoids. एक एंथ्रेडियम में 32 स्पर्म सेल्स बनते हैं. तो दिस इज द डेवलपमेंट एंड स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द एंथ्रेडियम इन ओस्मुंडा. एंड आई हैव डिस्कस विद यू द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ आर्चिगोनियम. They are clustered close to the notch of prothallus. Each archegonium which project from the lower surface of the prothallus is flat-shaped structure. It made of a swollen base, venter, and a short neck canal cell. I have discussed with you. The neck projected from the surface of the prothallus and toward the surface moisture of the soil, and it slightly covered. It made of jacket cells and neck canal cells. ये सब मैंने आपको बता दिया ढंग से. द मैच्योर आर्चिगोनिया हैविंग नो एक्सेस टू फ्लूइड वाटर विल रिमेन क्लोज्ड ऑन द एक्सिस ऑफ वाटर वेंटर, एंड द नेक कैनाल सेल डिसजेनरेट बिकम मुसिलियस. द मुसिलियस मास स्वेल. मैंने आपको बताया वही मैलिक एसिड, फ्यूमेरिक एसिड सब बनता है. देखिए मैलिक एसिड है ना, वो सब मैंने आपको डिस्कस कर दिया. सभी में एक ऐसा ही डेवलपमेंट होता है. देयर इज ए लिटिल बिट डिफरेंस ड्यूरिंग द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ आर्चिगोनियम. आपने एंथ्रेडियम के डेवलपमेंट में देखा कि ओस्मुंडा का जो एंथ्रेडियम वाल है वो वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स है और वेरी डिफरेंट सेल्स से वो ढका रहता है. फर्स्ट रिंग सेल, सेकेंड रिंग सेल एंड ओपर्कुलर सेल्स. और जबकि आर्चिगोनियम देखेंगे तो दूसरे फंड की तरह ही होता है. इसमें बस आपने देखा होगा कि बाइन्यूक्लिएट नेक कैनाल सेल होता है. इट इज द डायग्नोस्टिक फीचर्स ऑफ द ओस्मुंडा आर्चिगोनियम. If you are talking about the fertilization, I have discussed the fertilization in Osmunda. The events of this process is similar in other fund. What happened during the fertilization? The neck canal cell, the ventral canal cell become degenerate and produce the malic acid and fumaric acid. है ना? And as a result, a large number of entherozoites attract towards the archegonium, and only one enter into the archegonium and fuse with the egg cells and produce diploid zygote. So first of all, before discussing the double embryogeny, you have to see the picture. You can easily understand how the development of embryo take place from diploid zygote, because the entherozoids is a male haploid in number and egg cells is haploid in number. After fusing they produce diploid zygote. So zygote always diploid. So what happened? The fertilization take place at the base of archegonium. This is the neck of archegonium, and it is the basal portion of the archegonium in which diploid zygote are formed after the fusion of male and female gamete. The male gamete is so active, they are multiflagellated, and egg cell is so passive and they are non-motile. So what happened? First of all, after resting period, zygote become large in size. Now a vertical wall division take place in the zygote. It is a diagnostic features of leptosporingate fund. The first of all, in zygote the vertical wall division take place. In case of eusporingate fund, the transverse wall division take place in the zygote. This is the character feature of the leptosporingate and eusporingate. First of all, the zygote become large in size. Now vertical wall division take place in the zygote. As a result, 2 daughter cells are formed. Now a transverse wall division take place. As a result, four celled are formed, which is known as quadrate stage of zygote. Now further division take place. As a result, 8 cells are formed, which known as octant stage of embryo. At this stage, when the zygote having the 8 cells, you can say embryo, a octant stage of embryo. Then further division take place, 16 cells formed. Then further division take place, 32, 64, so on. As a result, due to various division, the diploid zygote become multicellular embryo, which is also diploid. What happened during the development of the plant from diploid zygote? Some cells of the embryo produce root, some cells of the embryo produce shoot. As a result, there is a development of young sporophyte of osmunda. As a result, from embryo there is a developed young cells, young plant of osmunda. You have seen in picture the picture, है ना? So as a result, from embryo there is a developed new young plant of osmunda. In you can see during the embryogenesis there is no seed formation take place. Remembered it, in case of Pteridophyta, there is no seed formation take place. Directly from embryo, the new plant are produced. So this is the life history of the osmunda. You can see embryogeny. Theoretically, according to Cross, it has been discovered by Cross. It has been well studied by Cross 1931. The development of embryo from diploid zygote is known as embryogeny, and it has been well studied by Cross 1931. After fusion of male haploid and female haploid, zygote 2n is formed. Now the zygote divided by vertical wall division and then dorsal wall division produce 4 cells. मैंने सब आपको बता दिया. Now the further repeated division embryo take place. Now from epibasal portion of embryo leaf and stem is formed, and from hypobasal portion root is developed. Thus from mature embryo well developed sporophytic 2n new plant of osmunda, which is diploid, is developed. Thank you very much.